Good evening, friends. It is the second day of June. It's a beautiful day outside right now. Not a cloud in the sky. It's about 80 something. It's beauteous. I have 5 trivia questions to give you, and hopefully you've been out enjoying the weather during the day and you're watching this after. I have 5 trivia questions for you. I'm going to go through them once, then I'm going to go back through and give you the answers. So here we go. Let me make sure the sound's up. All right, here we go. Your first question is a TV question, and it is, on the show Seinfeld, there was the character Kramer. What was his first name on the show? The character Kramer on Seinfeld, what was his first name on the show? Question number 2, and this one, be within 5 days either way, so you have a range of 10 days. All right? The question is, what date is halfway through the year when it's not a leap year? So again, what date is halfway through the year? What date's the halfway point through the year when it's not a leap year? And try to get it within 5. All right? Question number 3. It's a sports question. Which retired wide receiver has the most receptions in NFL history? Which wide receiver, he's retired, he's been retired for, I'm thinking probably 15 years or so, but he has the most receptions in NFL history. Who is it? Question number 4. When you're talking about flowers and plants, you hear of perennials and annuals. What's the difference between the two? What's the difference between annuals and perennials when you're talking about plants and flowers? And then question number 5. Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and the Melvins are all they are all part of the grunge movement of the early 90s, and they were all from what U.S. city? Again, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and the Melvins. They were all part of the grunge movement from the early 90s, and they were all from the same city. In fact, it was a huge thing, and they even called it they named the kind of what they were after the city in a way. What's the city? Okay, I'm going to go back through. I am going to give you the 5 questions again, and I'll give you the answers. Your question, the first one, was Kramer's first name on Seinfeld. What was it? Correct answer is Cosmo. Cosmo Kramer is the name of the character. It was his first name. Question 2. What date is halfway through a normal 365-day year? Not a leap year. And I said get it within 5 if you want to adjust that, whatever you want to do if you're playing against somebody at home. But the date that is halfway through the year is July the 2nd. July the 2nd is halfway through the year on a normal 365-day year. Question number 3. I asked you which wide receiver has had the most catches in a career in NFL history. He retired, I think, like probably 10, 15 years ago. He played for the San Francisco 49ers for most of his career. Caught passes from Joe Montana, some of those in the Super Bowl. Then he went on to the Raiders for a while. I think those were the only 2 teams he played for. But anyway, the correct answer is Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice. He had 1,549 catches in the NFL. Current player Larry Fitzgerald has 1,378. He's second place, so he could beat Jerry Rice if he's got another 2 good seasons or so. All right, I asked you number 4, what is the difference between perennials and annuals? The difference is annuals flower and die in one season, but perennials come back. Now, an annual, from what I read, could sprout and then seeds could fall and then those seeds could sprout the next year. That is possible. But an individual plant that grows and lives in a year dies that year and that's it. But a perennial will come back. So annuals live and die in one season. Perennials come back for a few seasons. And then the last question. Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and the Melvins. They were all grunge bands from the early 90s, and they were all from one city. Correct answer is Seattle. They were all from Seattle. They called it the Seattle Sound. And so that is the correct answer, Seattle. All right, that is all of your trivia for today on June the 2nd, 2020. It is Tuesday. Until I see you tomorrow, be safe and be nice.